Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we've managed to get the Unreliable off the ground. It is now in space. We also have a little bit of a crew going on. We've got Vicar Max and Parvati of the Emerald Vale aboard. There's stuff I still probably need to mess around with. I don't need to get any sleep. Sleep is for Fallout 76. All I need is adreno time for this game. Yeah, so we've got an objective going on. Now that we're in space, we're trying to get to a specific planet. I forget exactly which planet that was. Let's see. A nav key to Stellar Bay on Monarch. So we need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. But first, we need to get to the Groundbreaker, a neutral station, where we can get a nav key to get to Stellar Bay. So, a little bit of an obstacle. But it looks as though Vicar Max needs stuff done there as well. But first, let's ask about the cleaning machine. The non-operational sanitation machine on the ship. Maybe Ada knows about it.
Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the auto-mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet? Looks like a party member. A future party member?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
So, Captain, what would you like to hear?
Ada, tell me a joke.
I wish I was your second derivative, so I could investigate your concavities.
I wish I was your second derivative so I could investigate your concavities. See, I took a calculus class back in college, and I passed it, but I don't remember any of it. So that joke flew right over my head.
Now
Hey.
playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Alright, that's
As
enough
you
for
wish,
now.
Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Alright. Also, that's like... On one hand, that is very fitting with the Outer Worlds plot line and lore. The entire idea that the corporation would want you to know their jingle as your song. But at the same time, the only thing I'm thinking of is the movie Demolition Man, where they're just driving along. They're like, hey, you like music? Let's put on some music. We call them commercials. Well, let's see. Search term, SAM. First SAM results. Experimental note 01695. Do not forget you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical and Emerald Vale scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Removal of factory standard part Suds Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. But I do. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit. It's not turning up anytime soon. But good news! I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I canner filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following the next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. Oh, so do I have to go back to the Emerald Vale in order to get the acid steeper? I was not planning to go back, but let's do some leveling up. I've been ignoring melee. Let's continue to do so. Let's toss in 2 in range. See, I don't use a block very often. So really, if I was going to get anything, it would be in dodge. Dialogue. 1 in stealth. 2 in tech. 3 in leadership. And which perk do I want? Let's see, minus vendor prices. I haven't bought anything from a vendor. The fast travel when encumbered, that could be useful. I'm almost encumbered now. Well, 26 points away. 25% damage when alone in party. I'm not going to be alone. What's the point of that? 25% walk speed. That sounds good. 50% tactical time dilation recharge rates. Carry more stuff. Faster sprint speed. 25% less armor. I might actually go with this one. This, like, less weapon and armor durability loss is very convenient. Pan crit chance, base armor rating. Okay, so I'm going to go with the weapon and durability loss. And then after that, I might go for the faster movement speed. But having things last a little bit longer makes sense. And actually, I'm just going to go through my inventory, break some stuff down. Alright, I also messed around with the workbench a little bit. Made some of my weapons a little bit sturdier. Let's see. Now the tactical shotgun holds more ammo. The light machine gun holds more ammo. But let's see if we can hit the road. So Groundbreaker is where we need to go. Let's see, Phineas's lab is where Phineas is, but we don't necessarily need to talk to him. Monarch is where we're trying to get to. Where is, where are we right now? Are we here? Oh no, we're here on Terra 2. Never mind. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system, as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before you allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work. Of course they are. Of course they are, because if they weren't actually able to leave their place of work. Alright, so I made that the active quest, and clearly I can't do that just yet. Whereas that is going to the Groundbreaker. So let's go to the Groundbreaker docking bay.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
That is the most basic. When it comes to traveling between planets in a game, on one hand, that is incredibly basic animation. On the other hand, it is highly functional. And, like, for a game that's... Yeah, alright. For a game that's expecting you to travel from planet to planet often, like, being stuck in animation loops is not a good time. See Mass Effect Andromeda for reference. Alright, Pravati, what you got for me?
I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Break time's over. Back to work for you. Select up to 2 companions. I will take the only 2 companion choices I have. Although, actually... my, inventory weight goes down if I don't take enough companions. Plus, I'll also lose their bonuses as well. So... But it's... But the entire idea, like, having to select up to 2 companions. Like, Mass Effect, I believe... Did Mass Effect force you to take 2 companions at all times? Or could you actually try to run around solo? I don't remember, actually, right now. I'll have to check that out once the remastered edition comes out next year. Alright. Here are the Groundbreaker docking bays. Hello, how are you, Miss Jane Elson?
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Well, by the by,
Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
I guess now we have multiple reasons to find Chief Tennyson. 1, because Pravati wants to talk to her, and 2, because apparently we're probably going to have to save the day. And that is all stolen goods. So we will not steal. 'Cause we don't do that sort of thing.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
I'm guessing the faceless corporate trooper is not an important character. Felix, how goes it?
Roll around the docking base?
Yeah, kinda, sorta. I noticed you're in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I heard you knocked somebody out with a tossball stick.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Rizzo's Rangers? Not to be confused with Rico's roughnecks. Rizzo's... Okay, slow down. What exactly did you do?
The guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
So basically, your sports team didn't win, and their sports team did, and they gloated about it, and so you got upset.
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Technically, the previous captain died in a horrible accident.
So your ship's got a dark and violent history? This is just too perfect. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never caught your name. I'm Malice. Actually, I caught your name.
Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
We might see him again later. For now, let us take a... Actually, let's see where the Groundbreaker's engineer is. $201 in that direction. All right. Corporate Trooper, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
You have nothing to say for yourself. Let's see, stuff I can steal. It's like just opening up the box is fine, as long as you don't touch the goods.
Hey. Carry on.
I did not intend to pull my gun out on that lady, but
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow.
Steve Dorr. Also Steve Dorr. I'm suddenly reminded of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I forget which book it's from, but there's some point in the books where they have to go to a planet where all the mattresses are harvested from, because all of the mattresses, like it presents the theory that if space is infinite in size, everything that is man-made could be found grown in nature, if space is infinite.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
So there's a planet where all mattresses are harvested and skinned, and on that planet, all of the mattresses have the same name, because, like, they don't know if their friend's going to be harvested and skinned the next day. So, yeah, long story short, that's what I was thinking about when I saw Steve Dorr and Steve Dorr. They share the same name because one of them might be skinned alive the next day. The taste of freedom with Spacer's Choice. Alright, 1 second while I sell some stuff. Alright. I have finished buying stuff from this Spacer's Choice vending machine. Alright, Corporal Leonard Wheeler.
Identification, please.
Hawthornes Idea? Present Hawthornes Idea.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful?
The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Oh, I like your confidence. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
All right. Any idea what my ship is impounded?
Pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure, why not?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Oh, got it.
Much appreciated.
I wonder, are you going to be able to convert your SAM, instead of being a mean, clean killing machine, will you be able to convert it to a healing machine? I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
Defense. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board, that is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I can deal with that. I'm looking for something a bit more local, because I cannot leave.
A couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it, thanks.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. Nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Let's see. How does Halcyon Holdings work anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm new around here.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
The board runs most of this system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How does Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirtside, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Although you spent most of your spacefaring life sleeping, so there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Or it's gonna look closer to like the boardroom in Deus Ex Human Revolution and what was the sequel called? It's been like a hot minute. But yeah, where you just had kind of like holograms, shadowy holograms of people talking to each other. Got it.
Glad to help.
I didn't think there were that many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
It's Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Not quite as well received as Human Revolution, but I thought it was still pretty decent. That's all I needed to know about work. What can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's some tension between the Groundbreaker and the board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Well, also they probably need the money. Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it. Why can't Groundbreaker and the board just... I'm glad it terrifies them, the bastards. Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. I don't really know for certain myself. Why can't the Groundbreaker and the board just work together?
You're sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters?
I
They're
did.
still working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
There are two kinds of people I know. The people who work for me and the people that die. Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it.
Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Alright, thanks for the info. And see you around, kid. It's been a blast. Privately force... Commandant Senita needs people killed.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
They are instead for talking to each other in nearly toneless voices. Not quite monotone, but close enough. Close enough. So, what's it like working security detail on a space station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Fine.
Then get to business or get moving.
What bounties, what's a Mardet, actually?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet and not guard or officer or security force or anything else?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
What bounties do you have available?
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal.
Such a young criminal, only a
Allegations
mere
include
baby.
Several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
Flying under the influence of illegal substances?
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
So he spilled fancy vodka on them, assaulting 2 officers?
Kicked one right in the kneecap while he poked the other in the eyes. McRed's lucky we're too backlogged right now to hunt him down ourselves. But if our resources clear up and we catch him before some contractor does, I fully plan to lock him in ISO with them 2 officers he wounded, thinking he won't like that one bit.
I can see why he's wanted, dead or alive.
Dreadful, ain't it? Such blatant disregard for order. It's a real problem in the youth these days. It's true enough that he ain't particularly deadly, but the interest on each fine being compounded as they are means he'll be paying with his life insurance. Only way to cover it. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Alright, I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Good luck and skip speed? I see a choice in my future. That choice being, do I just take the lighter from him and present the lighter as proof? Alright, what have you got to say?
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
You look almost like the guy who just greeted me at the door. Here, just getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, ma'am.
This is a Wendy's, ma'am.
You'll want to talk to Commandant Sunita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Why don't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do you do, I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
I can go for a thank you tour. We're friends, right, Lee? Do me a favor and I'll... Why do I even want to go back there?
All right.
Oh, for the seized contraband. Alright. So, there's Junlei Tennyson. Where is... McReed. Huh.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Okay. That's why I want to go in there.
Weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of stuff first. Then said his name was...
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Why, hello, Mardot.
Rizzo's knock you out bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and tea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
All right. It's the Steve door. Are you another Steve door?
We move cargo 16 hours a day.
Didn't the board rep's office used to be in the docking bays?
Yeah, about 10 years back. That was before Bedford negotiated for a bigger office on the promenade.
Bell's Shells. Do you sell guns?
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Let me see what you got for sale. Let's see what you have for sale next time. Freighter crew. Good to see you. Freighter crew. I'll talk to you when I'm through.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings.
No. Not Phineas Wells. Auntie's Kitchen. That's greasy. Huh. Miracle on the frontier. Deserters forced to return by heroic stranger. Oh yeah, that was me. Check, check, check. All right. So let's save our game before we get into here, because this seems like it might be problematic. I don't really know why.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
All right, Captain McRed.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum.
Are you a group of cannibals?
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Let's see. Put that gun down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
There's a bounty on your head. I want to claim the reward.
Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
No need for violence. Give me the lighter and the bounty disappears. Or immediately, yeah.
My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
Wait, the engraving on here, does this say Sanita on it?
Keen eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by.
So actually, he was in a relationship with Commandant Sunita? There was something else.
Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it.
How did you end up back here in the back bays?
Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
Yeah, sounds like a lot like what happened to me. Yeah.
Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
All right, be seeing you.
The floor is my place. Off limits to the likes of you. Whatever business brings you down to my domain, keep it local.
So can I come and go as I please, or... No, I don't know. Either way, let's go return this lighter. Although maybe that's the thing. Ooh, yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe Sunita just wants the lighter back more than anything else. Oh, hold on. Is this a public terminal? From J. Tennyson. Anyone see Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days. And where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Guying taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. Even though it's nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message, but I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Hi all. So I was just off. I just got off ice from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we dethawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned to 5. Then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fuck bolt bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, debt you won't fucking believe. And even if I'm not working, I still got to make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Gensan in 3 years. Iceman out. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Here's my story. My ship limped into Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kinda stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. I hope you don't mind the fact that...
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
the fact that I just hacked this terminal, like, right in front of you. It's a Mardet!
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, Right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Yeah, you covered everything I was going to be interested in. All right, Commandant.
How was the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Is it because you had the sex with him? Does this have anything to do with your carnal understanding?
He tell you that, did he? I might have kicked his ass from one end of the groundbreaker to the other a few years back. Whatever he reads into that is his business.
Captain McRed is completely dead. Here's his lucky lighter as proof.
Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
I'll be on my way. All right.
What?
I'd like to get back there.
I'm getting that, but this area's off limits. I told you. You did take care of McRed. About the only thing that'd make Commandant Sunita happier is if this heat problem were fixed too. Maybe she'd give you a thank you tour after that?
Yeah, I can come back later.
All right.
In the meantime, though, I'm going to stop for now. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.